What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen? What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy Next Gen 720, and I'm back with a video late night. You know, sometimes we go late. You know what I mean? Again, as you guys come in, you'd be so kind to hit the like button. A few topics I want to talk about today. Tomorrow I'm going to do because I ain't gonna lie, both Microsoft and Sony, they have been releasing more information that we didn't see on the stage. You know what I mean? So I was trying to wait to compile some of the stuff. I know Phil Spencer just gave an epic interview with Giant Bomb, answered a lot of the questions. Shout out to my man Mark too from Giant Bomb. A lot of the questions that I've been asking here or raising here, and whoever else has been saying something. So he answered some of those questions. Also too, we're gonna talk about Nintendo. So they went out there and dropped the ball yesterday. Went out there and dropped the deuce. Talk about that for a minute. I asked Nicholas when I'm going to, you know, your boy back. Actually, I ain't even put the code in my phone back and put banned me again. Yeah. Hold on. This is I'm gonna have a post right now.
Yeah. What's good, yeah?
Hey, do me a favor. Send Nicholas a link.
All right.
So let me go to the actual chat. Hold on 1 second. I'll be with you guys in 1 second. Let me shout out the chat right quick. I'll send him to Moss too. Shout out to my brother Classic Love. Hey, Classic Love came in here quick. Hold up. He dropped 5 in the chat quick so I could take it easy on Nintendo. He saw he kept it phone. He said, as a Nintendo fanboy, the Nintendo Direct was dog shit. Yeah, man.
I didn't even look at it. Like, I don't watch Nintendo. I just watch Xbox and Sony every year.
Hey, man. Say, man. You got to talk about that one, man. Hey, Classic Love, you was in here talking big bank, take low bank, man. That nigga, the Classic Love, how I put the whole trailer up. You know, he live in a trailer park and shit. He said, I will unhitch my trailer if Nintendo don't come out there and kill shit.
Yo, y'all got to call Baron now. Yo, no Metroid and no.
Hold up. You about to get Baron in here right now.
Yo, no Metroid and no Bayonetta 3.
Bro, they literally have a port of Smash Bros. From the Wii U, and Nintendo's trying to deny it.
Neatus was good, brother.
What's up, post up? Nintendo doesn't call it a new game. That's how you know it's bad.
Hey, hold on 1 second. Hold up.
Oh, man. Yo, it's about to crack. Hit the like button, man.
It's about to go left. Hold up.
It's about to go left real quick.
So let me hop back in with some headphones. Hold up. I don't know why he picking me up through these headphones. Actually, let me switch my headphones. I got mad headphones. Hold on a second. Hold on.
Yo, Post, while he's doing that, what do you rate the Nintendo out of the big three? You think that you took the biggest step?
I didn't watch it. I don't never watch Nintendo. Treehouse is nothing, bro.
For whatever reason, I took an L watching it, but yeah,
I definitely don't work on the big three. Man. I cannot sit through it. It be like too cheesy. They be dressed weird. I don't know what be going on. I just don't. You know,
well, what they did was they just like had a 30-minute show, and they just showed games, and Reggie was up there for like 5 seconds. That was it.
Yeah,
there was like a bunch of indie games, some like really basic mech game that just looked like some button masher. Really,
yeah. I don't.
Cool designs, but it's probably gonna be really boring gameplay. And they did like a literal seminar on Smash Bros. Coming to the Switch. Like it's a literal seminar on this shit. And it's like the whole time you're thinking like, this is just the Wii U game with some extra DLC.
And we need to talk about that cross-platform situation too.
Oh man, that's some bullshit.
Phil spoke about that today in a Giant Bomb interview too. I took some notes, man. He answered a lot of stuff, some great stuff in there. So we definitely got a lot to talk about.
Marty Moss is here.
What's up, people?
Moss, what's good? Mr. Excel Sheets, what's going on, King?
Oh, yeah, man. These mugs out here spitting some crazy math, man. They're talking ridiculous.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are, man.
Damn, Z, you got another set of headphones? Golly.
They send the Z stuff every day now, man. Look at that. Oh, man. Oh, Z, you got to hook a brother up, man.
Hell yeah, the 80th day of Christmas for this month.
Hey, man, say, man, we working, man.
What's going on?
Support the shows, man.
Yes, sir.
And my live stream. They sent me this package with Twitch.
That's what's up.
Yo, man. That shit is straight up a port, and they're just trying to deny it.
Let me see something here. Say something. Hello.
Yeah, what's up?
I can't hear nobody still.
Yeah, shout out to Classic Glove with the $1.99 they spend on Super Smash for like 20 minutes.
Hello.
What the fuck?
That was like 40 minutes. That's what it felt like.
Hey, look, man.
They literally went over like every character. That's
you press up, this nut drinks water. Yeah, they.
Yeah, now I heard that they have every character that ever existed in the game. Yeah, Ultimate. I know Baron was super hyped about that.
Mm-hmm.
But,
I'm gonna say there's a reason they're not calling it Smash Bros. 4 or 5 or whatever. They're calling it whatever it is.
I mean, some people calling it a port. Some people calling it a new game. I don't know.
I don't know if it's a port. I mean, really, there's a lot of flash and pizzazz in them games, but they put everybody on there. So that's what get those Nintendo dudes riled up and putting on they elf hats and shit or whatever the hell they be wearing, man. It is what it is. Yeah,
Baron, he might be missing for a while. We don't know. We might try to get him on the show, because he made quite a few predictions that did not come true. And he was very pissed about it. He did a video about it.
Yeah, he wasn't happy.
Didn't he say they were going to reveal Black Ops 4, like Battle Royale or something?
He said Black Ops, Madden and stuff was going to be on the Switch, which is not coming. What other game?
I'm surprised about the Madden though. Like they could get that thing running.
I think Black Ops 4 is not going to be on the Switch.
No, it won't be.
Hold on 1 second. Classic Left, they spent on Super Smash for like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
we called it out. We got you, brother. We got you.
Oh, I'm sorry. You
got some technical difficulty. I'm holding you down, player.
Robert was going. Shout out to everybody in the chat before we get started. Flip Bayless. Yeah, Flip. I can't. He got a job. TV Boy was good. 706. Neverland X. He ain't got no job. He always hit no matter the time. I can go live 4 o'clock in the morning in there with a bag of Cheetos. Playboy Boy was good.
Cheetos.
What's up, brother? Mark H. Stoshua. Of course, my brother Classic Love in here with the turtle power. Shout out to him.
We in Classic Love.
Hey, I'm saying what? Shout out to everybody. This shit moving kind of fast for me. Ripper Class, what's going on? Listen, I just reached out to Baron on Facebook. Somebody hit him on Twitter.
All right.
I know you're up like 5 in the morning drinking that protein shake. But again, like I said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. So it was talking about. Listen, guys, do me a favor. If you guys come in, you'd be so kind to hit the like button. They got your boy back in Twitter jail. Crunk Girl, what's up, baby? King Wade, what up? Ain't never let you got school tomorrow. Nigga, you about 37 goddamn years. What school you going to, bro? You're a middle-aged man. What you going to school for now, bro?
Hey, you ain't going to that Trump school, man. What was that Trump school?
They business school, real estate school?
Yeah, you're going to learn how to sell plots of grasses.
Uncle Chetty, what's going on, baby? Got Uncle Chetty in the chat. Like I said, Joe Henry, what's good, baby? Like I said, there's a lot more information releasing from Sony and Microsoft. E3 was when Sunday and Monday for those two guys. What's today, Wednesday? Phil just had, like I said, an epic interview with Giant Bomb.
Yes.
And again, shout out to my man Mark with Giant Bomb. He answered a lot of the questions.
Yes.
That I've been, how did we get here? You know what I mean?
Yep. No PR talk this time. Phil was shooting straight forward. He wasn't sugarcoating nothing. He was straightforward. No PR talk.
He said, "Okay, Mega left YouTube." No, it's just you know what's crazy? Tim Dog too. Tim said that his ex were talking about me at the conference and shit, right? So yes, I had started at Sony Pony shit and Xbox the best spot. That's got a wild character. He was like, Tim, like, you gotta love him though. But he's like, Jesus. He really takes it. He's like, yo, he be flying our ass up though. But listen, I gotta keep it real.
So they be listening. You tell them they be listening, bro.
Keep it real at all times, man. You know what I mean? If you want things to get better. Now listen, Post. Before we get started, before you start your goddamn damage control, this is a drug-free environment. All right.
Here we go.
Yes, sir.
Anything you say today will be used against you in the later podcast. All right,
let's do it. Let's do it.
I tried to run little bro Garrett. He jumped out the window, put his foot in his mouth. He ain't been back online since. Ain't nobody going on this bus, bro. All right,
let's go, brother.
All right. So tell me about the interview. What happened?
The interview is the interview they do every year. Him and Jeff Gertzman. They sit down and do a 101. And in this interview, Jeff Gertzman kind of asked all the questions that we wanted to know about first party, exclusives, online as far as the Game Pass and the streaming services and buying more studios and what happened with Crackdown and Scalebound. He was pretty much on ball with everything. So I took a few notes in regards to not purchasing first party studios and investing in current games. Phil did say there was a transition and some other things going on in the company that didn't allow them to invest the way they wanted to. I kind of, Terry Myerson, but everybody give me flack for that. In regards to purchasing the 5 studios, a lot of them was purchased a long time ago. It just never got leaked. He said they're not done. And it could be 1 or 2 more big acquisitions coming down the line soon or at some point. The thing people felt about as far as Gears Pop, he didn't want to show that on the E3 stage. That wasn't his call. Him and Rob Ferguson had a disagreement about that. But he sided with Rob because he felt the team believe in that IP. They want Gears everywhere they can put it on mobile. They really believe in that IP. And so Phil felt as though, okay, if y'all believe in this and it's something that y'all really want to do, I'm going to back y'all on it. They had a discrepancy about what order they wanted to put it in. And he didn't really want to announce the 3 Gears games. He said, sound like he only wanted to announce the Gears 5. With Crackdown, he said it didn't feel like Crackdown. He said the way the agents move, he felt like the game needed more work. He also wanted to avoid the big hitters this holidays. He said Crackdown 2, we didn't give enough time. He said there's still work to do. He said they didn't want to announce Crackdown. He didn't want to announce Crackdown 3 at this E3 if they couldn't deliver because he didn't want to head fake the community again. He said now that they purchase more studios, the bigger franchise, which we talked about this and you brought this up multiple times, they can shoulder less of the burden and less of the load, and it allowed them to have a more diverse library. He was saying, and this was something that we talked about too, that you might feel somewhere about. He said he was happy that he got through the briefing without needing to show what was coming in the future. So they still kind of holding things back that's unannounced. In regards to cross-platform, with this conversation that's going on now, he say Sony's stance hasn't changed. It's pretty much the way he sounded. He said it's pretty much dead. He said they run their company the way they run it, and he pretty much can't do none. But in regards to
as far as Xbox having exclusives, did he answer that? Why PC still getting exclusives? And
no, he didn't ask none. And I wanted him to go into that because he started talking about when he got into Gears Pop and then Gears Tactics and stuff like that. But they didn't go too far in that. He said as far as scale bounds, they went as far as they could with it. It just wasn't working. But the thing with the streaming, he said the reason why he announced that they're working on new hardware is to re-solidify with the fan base that they're not exiting the console market. He did say there was a point at Microsoft when people was questioning why is Microsoft in the gaming business, and he was like, their new CEO didn't know nothing about the gaming industry, and so that's why around the time when everybody was like Microsoft is leaving the game industry or they want to sell off Xbox, he said was questions going around saying why are we in the gaming business? But he said working with the new CEO over the last 4 years kind of changed his mind. Hence that he's on the board right now, and they got a whole new bag, to spend. But he said he in regards to the console, he want to re-solidify they're not leaving the console business. And as far as streaming to other devices, we're not talking about PlayStation and Switch, none of that. He meant as far as PC and mobile and tablets, things like that. He said some people only device is a cell phone, and he want to make it where their games go everywhere. But he still, in some sense, sounded like at some point you could see a Game Pass on the Switch sometime in the future or something like that. So yeah, but that's the bulk of what they talked about. He said Game Pass purchase, people who get into Game Pass, they're playing 4 to 5 more games, and they're purchasing more games while being in Game Pass. He said that was a surprise to him, and that Sea of Thieves and State of Decay significantly sold more copies than they expected, despite being in Game Pass. So that too, and that he want to get to a point where he can get it where if a developer is putting out a game and they're not getting like a big retail marketing from it, that they can bring that game into Game Pass and they can help expand it. So at some point they're going to start launching games from Game Pass. But other than that, it was a cool interview.
All right. Hey, Moss.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Have you been listening to all this shit here?
I've been listening to all this.
One more thing. He's going back to Japan this summer.
Oh, Lord.
More work to do. He spoke about Japan.
Hey, yeah, hit the like button. Hit the like button.
I've been hearing all this pedal throwing, man. This corporate crony here. Post up.
Okay, let's go. Let's talk about it. I'm
throwing them flowers.
I'm in defense mode. Fuck this. Let's go.
He gave you his talking points, man. My question would be posed because I had a chance to like check out that interview. Did he talk specifically about hardcore titles? You know what I'm saying? Because this is my feeling. I don't know how Z feels about this. Mm-hmm. When Z specifically addressed him over the summer, or over the fall last year, and was like, "Look, where's the hardcore aesthetically hardcore looking titles?" And he said, we never thought about that here. Like, I understand they got the 5 studios, but you know, them having studios under their realm doesn't do it for a lot of us, because look at what they did with Rare and Sea of Thieves. Like, was there anything in that interview where he talked specifically about hardcore titles? Oh yeah, you're gonna see stuff like Last of Us 2. I mean, not in those words specifically, but where he's letting us know that gritty stuff is coming soon.
No, he didn't talk about that because Jeff Gerstmann didn't ask him. The only thing Jeff Gerstmann asked him about next gen and what kind of features they're thinking about in approach to the new system. Mm-hmm. And the only thing he kept harping on was higher frame rates. He said in the console space that there's more work to do in regards to higher frame rates. He said the relationship between GPU and CPU is a bit messy compared to what people are doing on the PC. So he did harp on that in regards to the things that they're looking at down the line and fast track and all that stuff in regards to playing games faster. But Jeff Gerstmann didn't ask anything like that in the terms of what type of content that'll be coming. But, you know, I expect that to come. Well,
I mean, or you could do this. You could look at the glass half full and take up them rose petals you just threw and throw them in the grass. And then you can say this. It just seems like they're going to pump out more studios for Android quality type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. Here's my thing. I have a problem with people not seeing past the smoke and mirrors. With him saying, we got 5 new studios. What are these studios going to do? What is the gritty stuff coming? And then especially because you saw after seeing Last of Us 2, if you really wasn't worried about where the grid is coming, now you should be worried where the grid is coming. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, as far as what the studios got coming, we don't know. Like I said, Ninja Gaiden just released Hellblade a year ago. We don't know what they're working on. Compulsion Games they returned to release an article in August. They got a publishing deal with Gearbox. And so Phil stated to them that, look, I'm not going to intervene on your publishing deal. You still can publish out to all the systems. Then after that, what they're going to do is everything is going to be focused on Xbox. The same with Ninja Theory. He did speak on Playground Games. He said there is a second studio. He said he couldn't name the studio or what they was working on, but it's some great stuff. So, and then he said they're not done purchasing, and 1 or 2 big more acquisitions is to come. So as far as the content that's come, I'm pretty sure that we're gonna see some great content as far as what Z want and what y'all talking about.
What you think, Z?
I'm gonna go last. Needles.
The chat is real disrespectful right now.
I'm about to
The
say,
chat
folks,
is
you're gonna
real
get this work
disrespectful
right after me.
And this chat is I'm getting to work in the chat. All I'm just trying to do is clarify what the man said in the interview.
Man, they ain't trying to see them pedals, man.
I'm just saying, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, man, I'm with you, Post Up. I'm thinking, like, you know, everything's gonna be great and all, but we got also look at the reality. We got Phil Spencer at the helm, and this man, you know, when you ask him what's his fucking favorite video game, he says some shit like Voodoo Vince. So, like, I don't know what this man has coming up in his mind.
No blinks.
This man just
it out his mouth. No
Funko
blinks.
Pop.
No Tile Fang.
This man approved Gears Funko Pop. Okay.
No, that's what him. He sounded like he did not believe in that. He didn't even want to show that. That's specifically Rod Ferguson.
He went with it, and
that's he went with it because he had to show the studio that he believed in what they believed in. Other than that, they was laughing at that shit. Him and Jeff Gerstmann, they was actually laughing at that shit. He didn't want to show that shit. They had a disagreement, but he said since the studio believed in it, he felt as though he should believe in what they're trying to do, and so he backed it. He didn't want to show that shit.
New IP, but
if you watch the interview, they was laughing at that shit, bro. Low key, they was laughing at that shit.
Hey, but there's still a Gears exclusive PC game, and this man's been on record saying there's going to be exclusive Xbox games, but now I'm seeing news of Halo 5 going to PC. So what exclusive Xbox games are there, and are they going to make any? Like, there's no proof with this guy. He might say it, but at the end of the day, there's no real Xbox exclusive out there. Like, besides maybe Sunset Overdrive, that's it.
As far as Gears going to, I had a question. I sent them a question via Twitter today, like about Gear. I said, look, is Gear Tactics coming to Xbox? And how do you feel about the balance between more Xbox games going to PC than PC games coming to Xbox? And are you going to find a balance between it? I agree with y'all on that and with the exclusives and things like that. But and he asked him about as far as is we going to see something new from those studios this gen? And me personally, I don't think so. I think everything now at this point will be for next year. Ain't no telling what they're working on or anything like that, or if anything's in development. But I'm pretty sure that shit is going to be next gen.
Okay. And before I finish up, I just gotta take a question from the comment section. The random guy, Post Up. Did Phil Spencer pay your rent?
Look. I watched the interview.
Man. Did you watch it on your knees?
I sent Z a message saying, look, I watched the interview. I sent Z a message saying, look, do you want to discuss this? Because we was already going to do a show. And I said, Z, do you want to discuss this? He said, yeah. So I just took talking points like we do before every show. I'm just telling you what the man said, and people acted like.
Here's the problem with that. You activated Z's trap card. You're about to get this work, so I'm done. Z, you go ahead.
Hold on. Before Z go,
had my damage control in the interview that he had with Phil Spencer.
Oh, Lord.
Post up.
Phil got the whole
hit the like button.
This chat is crazy, but I will say this. For y'all shitting on me about using Terry Myerson all the time, he did confirm that shit. Whether he said his name or not, he did state that it was shit going on in the company, transitions and other things that prevented them from investing the way they wanted to.
Finesse.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I would love to have been there and see the questions that was asked and see, because he know that the Xbox brass is falling on this whole Terry Myerson thing. I don't doubt that Terry Myerson gave him direct information to cut studios or cut money.
Hey, put a link to the article in the chat.
Look, I'm finna give you a link to the video.
Yeah,
y'all can go watch it yourself.
I don't doubt that he did that, but
like y'all go watch it yourself. I ain't fluffing up. I'm just relaying information.
He said, "Post up, lay on his stomach right now, coming to the Phil's face, and tell the background." God damn it, Ross. Hold on now.
Oh, and that man got a T-set with glitter on his face right now. Fuck is you talking about, boy? We do this.
Oh man.
We do this with the bullies. Y'all want to roast? I will roast y'all this whole show. Zeno, we do this.
Hey, oh man, wait, hold the phone, man. Hold the phone. Oh, I don't listen here now again.
They real disrespectful.
Hey, listen, and again, I would hate to question Phil's integrity. And shout out to my brother Tim Dog. And I want to state this for the record. And so, do you hear me in the back? I don't dislike Phil personally. Absolutely. I think he's the greatest guy in the world. When I promise, when I start up my church, the Church of Next Gen, no, I ain't for nothing, fuck niggas, till I can turn snake oil into wine. I'm gonna have him as my front man. Phil the Axeman Spencer can do no wrong, right? Now, with that being said, right? I understand, like, well, I'm still the school from Allstate, the fish rots from the head back, right? But it's the people that he has in position still to this day. Now, again, I like, what's the old girl name? Loftus? What's her name? Right? Shannon Loftus, right?
Shannon Loftus, yeah.
What again? What concerns me is that what's her job now? What's her job title?
Yeah, that's an interesting thing, because Phil, when they announced him at E3, he was the head of Xbox again instead of the head of Windows Gaming. So I don't know. Listen, Mr. Rosepedal.
Basically, her job is yeah, I'll do it for him. Basically, her job is to take their IP, like Fable and stuff like that, and have second-party devs work on it. So, like, stuff like Crackdown 3, that's, like, right up her alley.
Yeah, she's in terms of second-party publishing.
Yeah, working on,
second-party publishing. So, taking their IPs that they own and reaching out to, like, a developer to get somebody to develop it. Yeah. Yeah. So anything like the ones you were talking about, Quantum Break, what's the other game with the chick? Recore. That was her doing, and that's why she spoke on them titles like that.
Okay, fuck that. So anyway, and again, I'm just going by. Now again, maybe things have changed since then. You know, maybe they did come out and say, you know what, Phil, no, they're not going to be any Xbox exclusives. Maybe they did. Maybe the higher brass. What's my man? Terry Hulk Hogan. What's the guy's name? Either him, the Dalai Lama. Maybe they did, and us as the gamers, the fans, didn't get the memo, right? And they're trying to be, I guess, transparent now. But again, which I don't know if it's hard to do, is that when we were asking to see a roadmap, right? Yeah, I think it's great that they're quiet studios. I think that's awesome, right? But again, just going by their track record and what they have done with their acquisitions of studios, they absorb them, and we have seen nothing. I'll give you an example. What's my man name? He used to do Fight Night for EA. Kudos, his name? Kudos or something? What's the guy name from EA that used to do Fight Night?
So what's he with Microsoft now?
Kudos,
Tasanda, whatever his name. Tasanda,
they send him over to Connect. We ain't heard shit else from him. I mean, how they absorb talent and nothing comes of it. You know what I mean? That was the brains, the brains behind the Fight Night series, and a couple other SXX sports titles that were huge back then, right? They acquire this talent and don't let them flourish. Now I've seen the interview from what do you call it? Ninja Theory, right? They said it was important for them to keep their independence, like to go out there and create. And not, be, given a whole bunch of rules, whatever the fuck they keep. But we're going to see. But again, they should have came out that motherfucking and showed some tech demos like they did with Shanghai Heights. Something like, when you peel all that shit away that they showed, they said, well, how many exclusives did they say? How many exclusives did they say? They showed
18.
Like,
and a lot of them was console launch exclusive, so
exactly
not necessarily
that's the exclusive.
exclusive.
About.
Yeah,
we talking about the AAA shit up there with Gears, Forza, and Halo, and all we got again was Gears, Forza, and Halo. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if to believe him. You know?
Yeah, it kind of made me mad when he said that he was happy he got through the show without really showing basically a roadmap, anything new that was coming down the pipeline, and that's what we're asking for. And I think that was a missed opportunity to kind of, re-solidify the base as far as going into the next console cycle to see if motherfuckers is going to even purchase that or stay with the Xbox brand, because a lot of people might move back.
Well, okay, but here's the question. All right, let me ask both of you guys. All you guys have the X, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've said this. I didn't do anything yesterday besides do Garrett fuck ass up under the bus with that video.
That shit had me rolling.
Yeah, that video was funny as hell. They announced that whatever they're working on, the successor to the X, right? Be here. They're probably going to show it off in 19 and probably release in 2020, like I've always said, right? Do you guys feel comfortable buying a new console, right? More powerful Xbox One X. Where here's my question that we still haven't seen an exclusive yet today. Gears 5 looks awesome, but that's fully takes advantage of the Xbox One hardware. Now, listen, we're going to talk about what Naughty Dog showed us today. Some people saying it's not real. It was a stage thing. You know what I mean? But we can look at God of War. That's out. Retail, we played it. It takes full advantage of the system hardware. Like, how do you feel about that? Again, you got the world's most powerful console, but your competitor has a weaker machines and their games still look better graphically. Did he address that in any shape or fashion?
No.
No, he addressed things. The things he addressed about Sony, he did. The only thing he addressed about Sony was when Jeff Gerstmann asked him about the cross-platform issue, because he had Fortnite on his Xbox, on his PlayStation, and then when he had never played it on his Xbox. When he went over to the Xbox, he couldn't play it because his Epic account was a link to his PSN. So. And that's the only thing he was talking about, that cross-platform play in regards to if Microsoft was in the lead as far as hardware sales, will they have the same stance as Sony? And he was like, I know people are not going to believe me, but I would allow the cross play despite us having a lead. He would have allowed it. So, that. But as far as that Last of Us Part 2 demo, that was real, and all of it was in game. I went and watched a video of a guy who does animation and things like that, and he broke the whole video down.
You got the link?
I have to grab it, but I'll post the link. He broke the whole video down in regards to when certain animations was kicking in and stuff, and how they did certain things to get it.
I got a question about that.
That's the best he has ever seen. Some of the shit that was in that video, he say some of the shit he was saying was the best he has ever seen.
Hold on, let's pay the bills. The Jacob Show, shout out to you, bro. He said, I think Microsoft was going to buy Sega. Sega posted on Twitter back in February that they were visited about Microsoft. I'm sorry, that they were visiting Microsoft offices. Could be nothing, could be something. Great IPs.
Let me say something about the whole Naughty Dog fiasco, which I'm interested in. It's piqued my interest. I got the goons doing the research on it. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna come back. They're gonna come back with the news. We gonna do an expose on that one, yo. Oh man,
I'm gonna post this link too.
But with that being said, we don't know right now, so we got to give them the benefit of the doubt. But here's the deal: when I was checking how everything fell into order. It was my man's from Square Enix, right? From Crystal Dynamics that was hot. And I imagine he was sitting back there with the bottle of wine or whatever he was sipping, and he saw that. He probably spit it all out in the fireplace, was like, yo, that Last of Us 2 looked like our shit, but better. He got swole, and he went on Twitter, and he said what he had to say. You know what I'm saying? And later, he retracted the statement. So, I mean, I get it. Naughty Dog and Crystal Dynamics, they've been going back and forth.
Hold on 1 second. Hey, Neff, send Black Baron the Twitter.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Forbes just released an article Sony just lost E3 in a spectacular fashion.
Oh, wow. Wow, Forbes did that. Ooh. Damn,
that's a surprise too, because Forbes usually be
yeah, but they've been going back and forth. So I don't right now. It could be just a little bit of swollenness right now from Crystal Dynamics. Because I ain't gonna lie, even if it is rendered in the actual game engine, that they wouldn't be the only company that's ever did that. You know what I'm saying? But if it's completely made up,
no.
Then
he was saying it was gameplay. The animator, he did like an hour and a half video, and he went frame by frame. So he was talking about local motion and the use of blending and things like that in regards to the animation. And he was saying in regards to like blending, I didn't really understand because I'm not an animator, so I don't understand the terms and what he was talking about. But he said that it's some of the best he's ever seen. And so as he going through it frame by frame, he's saying okay, when she get next to the tree, they probably got a ray cast right there to man, he was just breaking the shit down. I'm gonna send y'all the link.
So what was he? Was he saying that he think it was fake or was just
no? He was saying it was real. He was showing how it's real and that they wasn't lying. Okay. And then Naughty Dog stated that they worked on a animation engine. They rebuilt it, some type of super animation engine that they worked on to get it like that, and it was based around seamless transitions and things like that. So I mean, it just goes to show how they budget their time and what they focus on, because things like that makes the game that much more real. You know what I'm saying? On top of the graphics.
Okay. Well, here's my question about the Naughty Dog thing. The reason why I question, because there's one part of the game when she's running, right, and she picks up the bottle on the fly, right. Throws it, hits the villain in the face, grabs the villain, spins around. Like I didn't see any button prop. Like I don't like, you know what I mean?
I know that. And one of the first things the guy says is that to prove it's in game is that when it first start off, and she has the knife and she closes it with the one hand and puts it in her back pocket. As he slows the frame down, the knife kind of, as she put it in the back pocket, the knife kind of disappears. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, this is how you know that this is in gameplay, because as the knife is going in the back pocket, it don't go in, it just disappears. You know what I'm saying? But if with the frame sped up, you don't notice that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna send y'all the link where he explaining it frame by frame and how they did it or how they could have done it or what they did with the tech to get it like that. But that shit is amazing, man. And if it comes out like that, then shit, they didn't just move the industry forward. Yeah, that's revolutionary right there.
What I'm talking about. That's what I said in one of my videos earlier today. I like God of War. I think God of War is a good game. I have my rating on it. I was trying to finish it up today. Hopefully I'll get there before the end of the year. But if Last of Us 2, if that's legit, now that's what you call genre defining.
That's because he was saying that in certain parts of the game, usually when you get close to an object, you can see pops in animation. And I see that on other games. Usually you see pops in animation and stuff like that. But in that specific demo, you didn't see none of that shit. And that was kind of a surprise. So if that's real, then that's genre defining. Absolutely. Then motherfucking other studios better step their game.
And you can see why Square Enix was shit. You can see why Crystal Dynamics was salty and they hit Twitter.
They was instead of being salty.
I did.
All right. So, well, I'm just saying. I don't like. Maybe, like I said, I'm not questioning if it's in game. But is that actual real? You control
real gameplay. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I want to know, because they could have showed it in the engine.
I'm not questioning whether it's in game or not. Like CGI, but some of the parts, like I'm saying, I don't see any button prompts to do any of that stuff.
They could have hit them. Who knows? But I was kind of skeptical too when I started. I was like,
and again, I hope it's amazing. But one part when it runs the store,
the gamer in me, I hope it is.
I hope it is, because it's going
to do a little crack, right? She's still do a little crack. You know what I mean? And
let me find that link too. So
it should look like a fucking movie. You know?
And they say that's what they was going for. I guess when Naughty Dog was saying, and when they was creating the animation engine, they said something about how the engine reacts when she's close to the enemy. When her and the enemy, some in between there. I'll send it to y'all because that shit, I'm still trying to learn that shit. I don't know none of the lingo.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But they said they built the engine to do that so it can be
all
seamless.
I want to know is when the game comes out, will me playing the game be that fluid? Or was that just some super hyped up shit? That's all that I care about.
Yeah.
Gamer in me hopes that was legitimate. You know. So
yeah, but if that's the case though, Naughty Dog, how many games did they make this generation? They made Uncharted 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a huge leap from Uncharted 4 to what we see in The Last of Us 2.
Yeah, I think they said they rebuilt the engine and redid everything. This is a whole new engine. Mm-hmm. This is a whole new engine from Uncharted 4, if I'm not mistaken. So, but still though, they technical engineers or whoever they got over there.
Oh man,
that's the pro.
I'll get them.
A pro, and like I don't care if you're an Xbox fan or not.
Yeah,
your 6 teraflop machines supposed to be doing what their 4 teraflop machines
exactly.
doing. There's no way in the world.
4 teraflop, 1.8.
1.8, yeah.
Exactly, when the slim. That's why I say them buying that 5 studios. Look, it's what B and Z been saying the last several months. Microsoft, their claim to fame has been collaborations, their second-party collaborations, the Mass Effects, the BioShocks, whatever, even though they was only exclusively time. Them saying, hey, look, you got a decent idea. How can we help this come to fruition? Them giving, financial support, just watching over it a little bit and saying, okay, there you go. That's what they're good at. I don't think Microsoft is good at cultivating talent like that on the software side when it comes to games. And it's going to be a long time before we see them even simulating something like that. What we're seeing now out of Sony. That's why I'm saying right now they probably need to open that checkbook more than anything and just start looking at what's out there and seeing how they can financially support it and get it in our hands as soon as possible.
Well, Metro Exodus is 4K 30. It's native 4K.
You gave to
no,
the
but
straight face.
Yeah, I definitely understand, man. I understand what he's saying. I agree with Z. When he said, look, because I know Sony got the ICE team and they work on graphics technology and engines and stuff for all the studios that they're under. And I agree with him that Microsoft needs that same thing, a team or engine that kind of caters to all the studios and where each team can individually go in there and just tweak things to their specific, because it seems like that's what Sony doing. They studios share technology and everything. Yeah, so that shit's working. Absolutely. Whatever they doing over there is working.
Absolutely.
He said, I gotta disagree. One man here said that God of War is the best looking game this gen. Not what we seen coming from The Last of Us 2.
No.
Yeah.
With the Last of Us
Maybe
2
that's
Gears 5.
That Gears 5.
That Gears 5. I don't care. People trying to downplay that. Yeah. You guys better go back and look at that new game, that extended trailer they showed.
Gears 5 was beautiful, but it's no Last of Us. It's no Last of Us.
Yeah, I mean, it's no Last of Us.
It is up there.
It's up there, but it's
up
not,
there.
It's
2 different palettes,
bro.
Yeah, okay.
You know what?
I put them. I tie them. I put them at a time.
And they both got a lot of work to do.
I put them at a time. It's just 2 different palettes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They both got a long ways to go, but with the 6 teraflops versus the 1.8, and being that Gears 5 is built from the ground up, utilizing the technology, the Xbox One X, man, they better blow Last of Us out of the water. They better do it, goddamn it.
Yeah, but no, it was that one scene in Gears, when the enemy, I don't know, it was a bad guy, it was like a swarm or something. Yeah, and it got 2 axes on the enemy, and then the other part with the hammer. Doom.
Yeah, I know what you. Yeah. Yeah, that shit. People better go back and look at the lightings in the
when he actually show game, not the CGI cuts though. When they
actually show gameplay, yeah,
it's awesome.
But the problem with Gears is where it might not still look visually to the eyes popping is that Gears has a different art style. It's not photorealistic. Where Sony's going for straight photorealism.
Yeah, that trailer looked pretty photorealistic though.
Yeah, it did. That Gears 5?
Gears 5 almost looks like Tomb Raider to me now. Like, that's the level of graphics I think they're going
it improved
for.
a lot.
What?
Yeah,
I think it's on the same level as Tomb Raider. Honestly, with like the character models and everything, Kate looks just like Lara Croft to me.
There's still like a layer where it's like a slightly cartoon. It's not
maybe with the enemies, but honestly,
I think it's the size of the character. They're like big.
It's the size.
You know what I mean? Everything's like I say over in the features.
What's up?
Where Naughty Dog is more of like a realistic looker. Oh, then we got Baron's in here now.
Baron, man.
That flat top weirdos in here right now. We're gonna talk about
where that Metroid.
Hey, we're gonna talk about that L that Nintendo took yesterday on stage.
Hey, I feel you, Baron, because I love Metroid. Metroid is one of my favorite games of all time. But what the hell happened?
Hey.
How do you do worse than Sony?
Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold on. Y'all got to hold on a second.
Get your shit straight, player. Get your shit straight. Hit the like button, y'all. It's about to go down.
I'm sitting up here. I'm arguing with Dreamcast guy, dumbass, right now. So hold on a second.
Gears leaning more towards Fortnite. Y'all tripping.
Yeah, no, that's salt. That's salt.
Oh, man. That's just, oh, Lord. How much salt did you put on your rice today, player?
All right, he's gonna be a while, but no, that Gears 5 is fucking. It looks great, but comparing to The Last of Us 2, I don't know. Like it's not just quite there for me.
Okay,
no, see this, right?
Okay,
Gears look amazing, but it's two different art styles. Maybe
two different art styles,
and
that's what's making you think.
That's what it is.
And I'm not to take anything away from it. It looks amazing what they did, but like I said, Last of Us looks more lifelike.
Yeah,
and Gears looks more CGI cartoonish still. You know what I mean? Even though it's violent, chainsaw, shotguns on, but it's it's a difference between stabbing somebody in the neck in Gears and stabbing somebody in the neck in The Last of Us.
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah. I definitely can agree.
But going off a different note, so what do you guys think about the whole crossplay fiasco with Sony holding accounts hostage?
I didn't know dudes cared this much about Fortnite skins until today.
It's not about caring about the game or anything. It's about
there's no progression in Fortnite though outside of cosmetics.
It's not about that. If you spend money, Griffin, and they're just holding it hostage, there's no damage controlling that.
Yeah, but I mean every other multiplayer game does this. It's not just Fortnite. I mean, you can't transfer your stuff from Call of Duty over from Xbox to PS4. You can't even do that on GTA.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, there's no option for that at all. Like, these players didn't know that this was going to happen to them.
No. We understand that, Griffin. But this what we're saying. If you're on PS4, PSN, and you're playing Fortnite, like Jeff Gerstmann said, he said he never played Fortnite on the Xbox. When he went over to the Xbox, he couldn't play Fortnite because his account, he couldn't play it on the Xbox because his Epic account, this has nothing to do with his PSN. His Epic account was still associated or tied to PSN. So it told him this account can't play Fortnite. You have to log on and create a new account in order to play that game.
I don't have an Epic account and I play Fortnite all the time.
But I mean, certain people do.
Yeah,
certain people play Ubisoft games and have you play accounts for the additional stuff that you get through Uplay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So people was being told, look, you can't play. You gotta go create a new account in order to play Fortnite.
Well, I mean, you don't need an account to play Fortnite. So I guess I don't know what that's about. If you
spend $300, let's just use an example because there's some retarded people out there spending. I don't know, but there's people using a lot of money, right? So if you spend all that and that gets taken away from you, why are we defending that? That's not.
You don't have an Epic account?
No, I don't.
You get an Epic account with Fortnite.
No, you don't.
Make you.
You can skip it. I didn't even log in on my Switch when I played it. I don't have it linked on my Xbox or Switch.
He said you automatically get one. I don't know. I'm just saying that's the issue that everybody is having.
No, I understand when people are pissed because you can do it on every other platform.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah,
I just don't think it's that big a deal. Like, I get people are pissed off about it, but I think it's kind of getting blown out of proportion. Like, a lot of guys who probably don't even touch Fortnite are now bitching about this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care because it's not mine. I don't play
spend
Fortnite.
Money on that crap anyway.
I played Fortnite one time and was like, oh, this bullshit, and that was when Z knew. I'm like, Z was like, man, this shit fire, this shit fun, man. I hopped on that. This is some bullshit and turned it off.
Yeah, you go Bob the Builder mode and shit. But to me, even though I hate Fortnite, it's just like that practice is ridiculous. Like, Sony needs to allow an exception.
I mean that's not even crossplay though. That's what I don't get. It must be some sort of error, and I would be surprised if Sony doesn't change
Sony's just denying it. Like, they even are blaming Epic now. Like,
Epic say they have no control over it. They say it's not our issue, and we can fix it.
If you share my screen, Jamie Moran, he has this here. Epic did not warn its customers that there was a platform lock. They only mentioned that there was no crossplay, but nothing about the content being forever locked to a console after one use. They are allowing customers to be trapped on a platform without proper warnings. That was their response.
Yeah, because I can play GTA on my PlayStation, and then I can go play it on my Xbox and not be locked out of the game. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, but this is like saying you can't play this game until you go create a whole new account. That's crazy.
Yeah, I have a feeling it'll be changed just kind of behind the scenes, real quiet.
I got you. Okay, I see what you're saying. To where even on a game like GTA, where there's maybe on multiple platforms, your data and your progress don't carry over, but at least you can still log into the same ID.
Yeah.
Where here, your ID is locked to PlayStation.
Yeah, that's the problem.
That's the problem. That's the problem.
But all right, so here's the deal. I think, look, this is going to be the unpopular decision, but me just looking at it from the business perspective, it is what it is. It's business, and you don't ever forget about it. Don't ever trust none of these companies. When you corporate slave, quote unquote, for any of these companies, you think they got halos over their head. This is what the hell they do to you. They beat you over the head with a cash register. Simple fact of the matter is, Sony don't want no gameplay representative that happened on their console anywhere else. What's his name said that last year when first he tried to give that excuse about protecting the kids, and he says, look, we protect any gameplay on our console because of our investors. He told y'all flat out. Yeah, this was up to Epic to telling people that they should, your stuff is going to be locked to the PlayStation.
Yeah, that cross-platform, that shit dead. Phil said that today. He said that shit dead.
It ain't happening.
It ain't happening. Ain't no movement on it. Nothing. That's
you know what?
It's shit dead.
But I can understand it at this point. Like, they're just not doing it. But this is unnecessary.
Hold up, man. Wait a minute. Hold up. Are y'all really trying to blame Epic for this?
Like, no.
I think
no.
We're not blaming
Epic.
That's what Sony's trying.
Hey, listen, Baron. We gonna give your fuck ass a chance to come in here on Sony. What's going on with this Switch, bro? At E3, bro.
I'm up here. Look, I'm arguing with like 5 different niggas at one time. Like, I'm a multitasker, but I just heard these motherfuckers in here trying to blame Epic for this shit. Now that just got me.
Yeah, that's what Sony's trying to do, not us.
Well, I'm trying to MM2K2. He trying to blame Epic.
I think it's both. They want them to rebuy everything.
Look, that's all Sony, man. Like, anybody trying to damage control that, you need to stop gaming, period. Because that makes no sense. There's no excuse for it.
But you know what, Ben, where I'm coming from? Like, look, everybody knows me. I'm the last I'm the last Boy Scout that'll ever love a Sony as a company. But the simple fact of the matter is, this is what happens when people think that a Fortune 500 company got a halo over their head. Sony got shit with them too. They just #1 right now with their shit. That's all. So their shit smells a little less stanky. They told y'all last year, man, pay the fucking attention. They told y'all last year, we do this for our investors, period. So when there wasn't going to be no crossplay and Sony was going to lock this content, reason why I blame Epic, because Epic had to know they were blocking this content way back when. And Epic thought they would convince them, and instead of being straightforward with their customers because they didn't want to piss off Sony, they ain't say nothing till now.
Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. If that was Sony's policy, right, and Epic knew that, and they knew Sony wasn't going to change it, What other way could they force them to change it and to get the gamers to outcry for it?
Just mention it. Like it's like last generation, Baron, when Sony was going to charge that bandwidth. Remember, to developers, because they didn't have like all the servers, and they was going to charge the bandwidth. What did the developers and the publishers do? They immediately let the public know, and then Sony backtracked. If Epic would have opened their goddamn mouth and said, "Hey, look,
wait a minute, hold on. You had to have all the game. You had to have the game out there first. But now, since the game is out on every platform and everybody can play with each other except PS4, now people can say some shit because now it's ridiculous. Because why can everybody play with each other except for people on PS4? That makes no goddamn sense.
PS4 can play with PC and mobile, I think. It's just not the consoles. They just don't play with other consoles.
That is fucking ridiculous. That makes
the Xbox play with everybody, mobile, PC, and Switch.
Yeah.
That's black. Look, maybe generations ago, maybe they could have an argument, but now where gaming is now and where it's going, you got to have that crossplay. You got to have it.
I ain't make you ask me. No, fuck all that.
Hello, bro. Uh-oh.
Now you having trouble.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a big deal to us because a lot of us don't play that shit. Yeah. But I've seen some comments from people who do play that shit.
Yeah,
really upset about. Some people was like, I'm finna go get an Xbox because of this shit type shit. Like some people take that Fortnite serious. Like there's articles about this game where people are actually being addicted to the game and stuff like that. So
they just had a tournament for that game for like $1 million, man. That shit is
huge. It's serious.
There you
and
go.
some people like, man, don't go get an Xbox. That's anti-consumer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm not saying it ain't. But I'm just saying. Yeah. Sony let y'all know what their practices are, where their hearts lie, and it's with the investors.
See, I think Epic kept this under wraps because they want everybody to go rebuy the skins. And I guarantee you they thought, okay, this is a great opportunity to pass the blame to Sony, and we can make more money.
Man, there's no way. There's no Sony did Epic.
You know why nobody want to go say nothing? Because I'm pretty sure if people would have been warned not to play Fortnite on PS4, they wouldn't have brought it. Everybody would have got it either for the Xbox or PC or mobile. They wouldn't have brought it. So that's why shit wasn't said.
Exactly.
Purchased it now. No one was warned before, but everybody. They didn't got their bread off of it now.
Here.
I think the blame is equally spread here because let's face it, Epic knows they can make some money.
Epic probably knew too.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. They know. They knew too.
I'm not going to blame Epic for a policy Sony created.
Exactly.
Epic wanted to get their game out free vouchers for the same DLC content. They can just look at people's accounts and then give them the exact same stuff. It would take zero effort.
When you can just play with everybody, that's easier.
I got a question now. Is it time to hit on Nintendo yet? Because I'm watching what the fuck happened?
You didn't let Barry's ass off the hook for way too long.
All right, I got you.
Here we go.
What happened? What happened with Nintendo? Is Mike out again?
What's going on?
What happened with Nintendo? Fuck, nigga. You know what we talking about. What happened with Nintendo, bro?
Happened. Yeah. What you mean? What happened? What happened?
That E3. You know, talk to me.
What you want to know?
How do you have a worse conference than Sony?
He's asking why Nintendo's conference was dog shit.
That's worse than Sony's.
Hey, listen,
of course, coming from a Sony fanboy, it's going to be dog shit no matter what. So
I'm farthest from a Sony fanboy. That shit was dog shit.
Yeah,
it was. You really want to know because we could argue back and forth all day. It's not going to change anything. So what do you really want to know?
Nigga, I ain't talking shit. Listen, nigga, I ain't talking with semantics here. Silly nigga.
The only thing that upset me was Metroid Prime 4. And that's the only what the hell happened? Oh. The only thing that upset me was Metroid Prime 4. And I'm pissed about that. There's no excuse for Metroid Prime 4 to show up. Everything else was fine. So I don't see what the problem.
The 20-minute seminar on Smash Bros.
He said seminar.
On a 30-minute show.
I mean, hold up. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
All right.
First of all, Smash Brothers is definitely probably their third biggest franchise they have.
I get that.
20 minutes on a 30-minute show.
Number two, would you rather have what they did with Smash Brothers, or would you rather have what they did with Death Stranding? Which one would you rather?
Listen.
Honestly, Death Stranding over that shit.
Hey,
Death Stranding.
Fuck out of here. Mute that motherfucker. He crazy.
Hey, hold on, Barry. That's what I'm saying. You had a 30-minute goddamn show. You spent 20 minutes on Smash Brothers.
I don't even know what the fuck Death Stranding is. Are you serious?
At least it's interesting.
You want to go into know. You won't want to know if a game is not. You wouldn't get the fuck out of here.
They literally detailed how like a penguin, like or whatever the fuck it was, gets like ice or whatever, or gets damaged and it goes away. Like they literally spent 30 seconds on just that.
Yeah, or how that dude's helmet.
They went into all the details of what that man been working on for the last three damn years in secret, like they supposed to. They went in this detail on like this in every Smash game. This shit is not new.
Hey, bro,
this is not new. This is
like saying like Master Chief's armor takes damage in Halo or something. Like no one gives a fuck.
Yeah.
If you don't play, then you don't give a fuck. That's who don't give a fuck.
Hey, Barry.
I mean, I like Smash Brothers, but I didn't give a fuck.
Gave a fuck.
Hey, bro.
No.
It was a 30-minute show. They spent 22 minutes.
Wasn't 30 minutes. It was longer than that.
It was like 30 minutes.
Hey, yo, but it was 32 minutes. It was 32 goddamn minutes.
Said 32 minutes. It was longer than 32 minutes.
Listen, it's not even
bullshit.
It's not even illegal in any 51 states to be in a treehouse longer than 30 goddamn minutes. Okay? The goddamn show was 19 goddamn minutes. 17 minutes on goddamn Smash Brothers.
Hit that like button.
The shit was way longer than 30 damn minutes. Stop the bullshit.
Listen,
they only showed 3 new games.
Fucking content in that little time frame. I had no problem with the detail they went
smashing the Wii U. It's a port from the Wii U.
Yeah, it's just the Wii U port.
It's the Wii U version with all the characters.
That is not a Wii U port.
Oh, it's the same game.
What the fuck are y'all talking about?
Exact same.
He's saying they add every character in the universe, but it's not a port.
It's just an extended roster of the Wii U game. Let's face it.
Have you ever played Smash on Wii U? Have you ever played Smash on Wii U?
I don't think nobody played the Wii U. They only sold that shit sold 4 consoles in 4 regions.
Hey, so what was your predictions?
Look, it was really remarkable how much Smash sold on Wii U though, despite how.
Oh yeah, Smash is probably the biggest game on Wii U.
What happened to Madden? Why ain't putting Madden up there?
You said what?
What happened
Madden, Black Ops 4.
Yeah.
You gotta act.
Metroid didn't show up. Bayonetta 3 didn't show up.
Yeah,
I'll give them credit. They have those directs.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Whoa.
Metroid Dragon showed up.
Whoa.
What?
If you was expecting Bayonetta 3, that was my hope, but I was being realistic. Bayonetta announced.
Hey, nigga, you was a wrestler playing the Switch. Ain't shit about you realistic, nigga. What are you talking about?
Sony kept talking about realistic. You need to stop it.
Hey, Baron, can you
got a damn 5-minute trailer of somebody hauling trash cans on their fucking back?
Hey, out of here. It's like had a labo on his back. What's the difference, bro?
Sony showed a guy delivering and a baby mooning us, but how did they have a better show than Nintendo? Like, how's that possible?
It's true.
They didn't.
Yes,
what the fuck you talking about? They had niggas standing up in a hot ass circus tent. What the fuck?
You're in the house.
We did watch Death Stranding. We watch all that Death Stranding. We watch them climbing all them damn mountains, delivering all them labels to them lame ass Nintendo niggas. And then Nintendo did a 20-minute video tutorial of how Smash Brothers works.
That shit is crazy.
They took a fucking L.
Yeah.
Embrace that L. Hold that L close to your heart, bruh. Right there.
That ain't an L.
Right
That's
there,
just an L to y'all.
Lame ass spandex you put on.
Right W.
I see what Nintendo was trying to do.
Impressive game showed at E3, bro. Stop it.
Nintendo thought what they would do was for everybody that ain't play Smash Brothers, we're gonna show this shit to y'all, pizzazz y'all, and wow y'all. But you gotta keep it 100, Bear. That was a little too fucking long to show everybody.
No. That was. Look, I agree. That's Metro Prime 4 should have been there.
Definitely.
No excuse for that because you announced it last year.
Mm-hmm.
I need to see it this year. So that's just flat out period. You should have did that. I'm glad they kept that Pokemon short because you just had a whole conference on Pokemon for 3 hours like a month ago. So there was no point in doing all that shit all over again. Hey, I'm glad you showed that your third-party support has improved, even though you're still missing quite a few games.
What third-party support?
You went into Smash Brothers and you showed me a new IP, which turns out is going to be fucking epic.
I saw a couple. What they had for third party?
What was the third party? They had Wolfenstein and Fortnite.
Hey, what was that Starlink?
There's some other shit too. There's some other shit. I can't remember. I was asleep doing that part, but they had some other shit.
What was that Starlink? Wasn't that supposed to be like a Star Fox or something?
No, that's like it's
the early toy game
or something. It's like Skylanders, like spaceships or something. I don't know.
Boo.
They had something else on there that surprised the shit out of me. That was third party. I can't remember.
Well, they had that TV special, How to Catch a Predator, on that motherfucker. That's what they had. Exclusively on the Switch.
The Chris Hansen simulator.
So the Nintendo Treehouse was 30 minutes.
It was 45 minutes. The direct 45 minutes.
They stopped dropped that.
And 20 minutes on Smash.
Yeah.
The Treehouse is the live demo.
Smash. Yeah, the Treehouse was after the direct.
Treehouse live demos. Which I got another question is, Nintendo did the Treehouse. They demoed everything, pretty much almost everything they showed in that direct. But I watched Sony for 2 damn days and nobody showed shit. Nobody demoed anything.
What, Spider-Man?
They demoed Spider-Man after E3.
The demo Spider-Man.
No, the game was playable.
They did Spider-Man. There was no Last of Us. There was no Ghost of Tsushima. This obviously was no Death Stranding, obviously, because we still don't know what the fuck gameplay looks like in that game.
Yeah, but those games are coming out this year.
Are y'all going to demo anything?
I can agree with Baron on this. For as long as they
demo
announcing those games, it should have been some sort of demo. But from what I hear, they're only 60% done with The Last of Us 2. They said they're only 60% done.
Yeah, that's so
that game. That game is way off.
They did deep dives. Remember, they're doing deep dives and focusing on 4 games, and only one of them was shown and playable outside of the fucking conference. That's an L.
That's what I'm saying. Hold up, post up. How is it 60% complete and there's no fucking E3 demo on the floor? How?
Like Microsoft showed a bunch of fucking trailers, so if they didn't have anything playable, okay. But
a lot of what Microsoft showed was
showed all these.
Did Microsoft have Crackdown playables?
That shit is stupid. Yeah,
yeah, they do.
Crackdown.
They do. All right, I just didn't hear about it. So
yeah, it's playable.
Is it the multiplayer or single player?
No, the single player.
Phil told them to get away from that cloud shit. He wanted to stop talking about the power of the cloud and all that shit, and that's why they stopped talking about the multiplayer.
Somebody pay the bill.
Shit. So are they canceling the multiplayer?
No, it's still it's there. It's there and it's functional. They say it's there and it's functional, but
so when they show the multiplayer,
what we wanted.
They're gonna show the multiplayer sometime this year. What's that? Who was that up there?
Alchemist Star in the chat says, for $5 for the $5 holler. He said, I get the Smash may have been too long, but to say you rather see gameplay of a dude walking around after 3 years, you're fucking tripping.
Yo, that's fact.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
that's true.
Them games been at multiple E3s. You would expect some form.
That must be a stock account right there.
Yeah. Microsoft might have showed trailers in multiple platforms, but most of that stuff was either demoed on the E3 floor, and so a lot of it was demoed backstage with the press. Like I'm hearing Cyberpunk 2077 is fucking amazing.
Yeah,
is there any more footage on that, man? I've been trying to.
They said it was a 45-minute closed door demo, and they said that shit is fucking amazing.
But there was no gameplay in the trailer, though. Just
I know the gameplay was behind doors. They did a 45-minute gameplay.
I watched some gameplay,
and they said that shit was fucking amazing.
Here's my question though. Cyberpunk gets a closed behind doors demo, right?
Mm-hmm.
You come in talking about you giving us 4 fucking deep dives, and the press can't even get a closed behind the door demo.
Yeah,
like, what the fuck are we
true,
doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Look,
that's why I said.
Look, okay, The Last of Us is 60% done. That shit been in development since what, 2014?
Mm.
If it's 60% done and it's been in development for 4 fucking years, I'm just pointing that shit out. Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Tsushima been in development since they finished Infamous, which was in what, 2014?
Well, 2015 because they had that kind of standalone game.
Oh yeah. So 2015. So that shit ain't coming out anytime soon.
Here's the big deal. Here's the big deal. Everybody was like getting on me about, rubbing it in their fucking face that y'all ain't playing those games no time soon. They keep telling you these games are like far ahead, but none of them got a release date. None of them was on the show floor. None of them got a closed door behind door press demo. Basically, they showed up and just showed you video montage in a different fucking form. That's basically what.
You sound like a black angry man.
I'm angry right now because I actually like Kojima, man. I really like his ideas, his style.
Kojima,
but he's not selling me on this new game right now. I feel like he's taking advantage of me liking him right now.
We all know Post Office Simulator is not coming out till like 2022.
Yeah,
Kojima does not know what the fuck a release date is.
Hey,
the reason Konami kept saying "fuck you," we're gonna put this shit out, and they kept having all those problems. Kojima kept pushing that shit back, kept trying to add shit. Right now, he has a blank fucking check from Sony, and nobody to tell him to stop.
Yeah,
that shit ain't coming out till he feels like it. That shit is gonna be another 3-4 years.
Did you see the part in the trailer where you're walking with the dead body and you have to balance the body on your back as you're walking up the hill?
And here's what kills me. Here's what kills me. Here's what kills me about the whole thing. I watched the whole Sony thing, and this is why I tell everybody, make sure you go and watch everybody's shit so you can be knowledgeable about shit when you want to talk about this. I watched a developer interview today that was on the PlayStation broadcast with Kojima. And we found out that they're using the same engine from Horizon Zero Dawn. Why the fuck we can't have this game playable yet? Like, what is the problem?
Well, Horizon
you didn't even have to build the engine from the ground up.
Yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn took 7 years though. But they were building They had the Decima engine pretty much done after Killzone Shadowfall. They added a couple things to it, then they started working on Horizon.
Here's the thing, Baron. Are you interested in violent games like this?
You said what?
Are you into like games like this with all this violence?
Got a leotard with a label accessory.
You out there fake fighting, playing the goddamn Switch.
Look. I understand. I'm busting Sony's ass right now, and you don't like it. But I've always liked Metal Gear Solid, so I was going to give this franchise a chance because Kojima made some magical shit with Metal Gear Solid, and right now he's making a trash man walking across a fucking desert.
Yeah,
not bad.
Hold on, let me pay the bills.
Hold on, I'm gonna pay the bills. I'm gonna pay the bills because I'm gonna this last question. So Ruhim said they demoed Resident Evil 2, they demoed The Last of Us, they demoed Spider-Man, and there was another game. Check it out on IGN. Okay. And Gauntlet said at least neither Sony nor Nintendo latched on the third party. Microsoft still coasting off that Halo Gears and Forza. Real quick.
No.
Real quick, wait. Sony showed off 13 fucking games. 8 of them were multiplats. What the fuck are you talking about? Third party games.
Only one of them will you get to play.
Here's the one point. No, Last of Us ain't got demoed, period. All they did was replay the demo footage they had from the conference. Resident Evil 2 got a real fucking demo when people actually fucking playing it.
Yeah,
that's the difference.
That's what he mean by demo.
Hey, Baron,
people on the floor getting the chance to
Resident Evil 2 on the Switch. When does Resident Evil 2 come out for the Switch, though? Can I demo Resident Evil 2 on the Switch?
If come in on some
That shit can run.
Hey, no, come on, goddamn it. No,
you get a streaming version like Resident Evil 7.
Y'all know Baron took the day off to see the Nintendo E3 presentation. He was disappointed as hell.
Hey,
That's why he's so mad.
Hey, listen, man. I bought Baron came up here tonight as a courtesy, man. You know this nigga been jumping on top buckles all night tonight, man.
I'm good. I'm not gonna be lacking exclusive content for the rest of the year, so I'm good.
You don't get no third party though.
Everybody get third party. What are you talking about?
Yobo 1245 in the chat says
your exclusive. It ain't exclusive because I can play it on the Wii U.
Oh shit!
Play what?
I'm gonna pay the bills. He says, "Real talk, Demon X Machina on Switch looks fire."
It does. That new IP looks fire as hell. That's gonna be
look good.
And the developers that are working on that game are the developers that worked on Armored Core, Tekken, Soul Calibur, No More Heroes, and something else I can't remember. But they put this crazy team together. See, that's what happens when you have a company like Nintendo and they want to get shit done. They put together crazy teams and they give them a fucking budget and they go do it.
Shout out to hold on. Shout out to Classic Glove WVOE with the $10 holla for the ladies. Okay, yeah. As a Nintendo fan, boy, I'm disappointed. I don't want my favorite company go to E3 and give me a terrible direct like that. Baron Super Smash Ultimate looks like a Smash Wii U with updated skins. What you got to say about that, Baron?
It is Wii U.
Got to say that. Let me get your phone number. I'm gonna set you up with my eye doctor. Something's really wrong with you.
Hey Baron, you picked up that label?
And send me your info. I'll set you up with this good ass eye doctor because this motherfucker is very licensed in what he does, and we're gonna get you some motherfucking help today. That's what we're gonna do.
Baron, what's the durability like on that cardboard?
I don't have cardboard.
It still works.
You ain't got that lab on?
Nah, he waiting for Norman Reedus to deliver that shit.
That shit matches leotard.
I guess I can go ahead and order it and have the guy from Death Stranding to come deliver it to me since that's what the.
You got a whole wrestling outfit after the labels.
Motherfucker Baron went around Detroit like motherfucking black ice. What that was Black Lightning? God damn. Get that cardboard off your back.
The next time we see a wrestling video of Baron, he gonna be wearing the fucking Labo robot outfit.
Hey, listen, Swain about to make Baron kill Swain in the goddamn ring. I keep telling you,
damn. Stop telling people that lie.
Yo.
Hey, man, I seen the video, bro. I seen the video. And
ain't nothing to play with in
tell
that
people that lie.
You just win the belt, Baron?
That fool.
They got here Black Baron Killer.
He said Black John Wick. Golly.
Oh my God, hey, Baron, listen, you got to get your name back, bro. It's about you killing people, bro. Damn.
You need to stop telling that lie, man.
Hey man, the stunt went wrong, bro.
Said Black John Wick.
Hold on.
So Solar Waves Xfinity said it's press particle paper. God damn it, that's strong. If you don't get the fuck out of here, that U-Haul box. And man, Nintendo went to the back of Walmart, went in that cardboard bin and started selling that shit. They cut holes in it, colored it, sent that bitch to your house.
There was a report that came out. Didn't it say that for each unit, Nintendo spent 19 cents and they're charging $19.99 for that shit?
God damn.
That's a 15,000% profit.
No, that's
America
like $60 and $80.
Oh,
yeah, that's America for you.
That's some pimp shit.
Yeah. That's America for you.
Backslapping motherfuckers was like, you like it, don't you?
America do that all the time. Mercedes-Benz is a cab in Africa. Remember that? They tax us, hit us over the head.
No,
In the country paying $5-10 for that Gucci fur, all that shit.
Damn.
Oh,
They can do it. They can tax you with boxes.
Yeah.
Style.
Also, I want to reiterate this: Nintendo's E3 presentation was dog shit.
Facts.
Facts. I didn't want to say that was dog shit. Was that Sony fucking presentation in a fucking Wrangling Brothers
narrative?
Don't get it twisted. Sony wasn't that much better, but it was better. Like,
stop it, bro.
He keep deflecting to Sony. He keeping the heat off Nintendo.
Oh no, he getting an assist from JD Gamer in the chat with the $10 holler. He said, "So now the narrative must be AAA, not just exclusive, not highly rated, not more fun than most AAA, but now it needs to be a AAA game. Really? What's the narrative for next week's Sony fanboy?"
I don't know. This is the thing, right? So
it don't need a release date.
I was asking that exact same question. So I was like, all right, which conference showed more games you're gonna play? That was the only stipulation. Which conference showed more games that you're gonna play?
Microsoft.
Okay.
I don't think anyone's denying.
You know how hard that was to answer? To everybody I fucking asked, they was like, well, Microsoft didn't show any AAA exclusives that's coming out before 2019. So, like, nigga, what? Why do you keep adding stipulations? Just answer the fucking question. This shit ain't hard, nigga. It's not hard. Stop adding everything you need. Like, first of all, I've got to show exclusives that's AAA from a non-third party studio that my grandmother works at. Like, get the fuck out of here with all these fucking stipulations.
If y'all didn't know by now, that's the life of a Sony peasant. The narrative changes weekly now. It used to be monthly, but now it's weekly. The narrative changes. So when something gets thrown in their face and they no longer can use it, they just flip-flop into something else, and it gets more and more ridiculous each time. But
this is the shit, right? I'm gonna play every game that was on Microsoft stage on my PC. Absolutely. And that shit is gonna be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean they didn't show the motherfuckers for me to play. Like, everybody talking about, well, I looked at that and I'm saying, oh, it's gonna look great on my PS4. I don't give a fuck. We know what. If you have an Xbox, it doesn't matter. It doesn't make you change to a fucking PS4 because you saw that shit on the Xbox stage. I was like, yeah, I should buy a PS4 to play this shit. No, motherfucker, it's a game you can play on your Xbox.
You know what I think is a ridiculous argument, Mass? Even though I prefer if a game is on the PC because I got a decent PC, I'd rather play it on the PC. But I think it's a ridiculous argument when you're talking about console games to try to throw PC in there. PC is an open platform that's not managed by one entity. You know what I'm saying? That's like saying it don't matter what platform the game is on because gamepad wins and all. It's just stupid. You compare what's on the console because there are some people that just can't afford a PC to even have that even in a discussion, and you compare what's on the console, you can have that discussion there. But to throw PC in the mix, that's stupid. It's an open platform that's not managed by anybody.
Also, and I'm gonna say this shit, and I'm gonna say this shit again and again and again. If you are a fucking idiot who says, "Oh, I can play that shit on my PS4, or I can play all the Microsoft games on my PC." Oh, what kind of PC you got? I got a 1080 with an i7. Oh, where did you buy your multiplats on PS4? You don't have a fucking 1080. Shut the fuck up. You got a Dell laptop with 1996. Eat a dick. Like, stop with that lying bullshit.
You guys, the JD the Gamer
is out here buying multiplats on fucking PlayStation. If you're buying your multiplats on PS4, you only have a PS4. Shut the fuck up.
He said I had a homeless dude build me a Labo.
He's got a Labo DeLorean.
We're gonna get a straight answer from Baron tonight, so we're gonna try to skin them all on the multiplayer.
No answer. You just wasn't ready for it.
All right, fuck nigga. We're gonna try this again tomorrow with different rules. You know, man. And again, Baron, I'm letting you know right now, this was a drug-free environment. So you joined the show. Anything you said today will be used against you in the later show.
I know you're gonna have to come up with another spin job overnight. Get to work. Get to work.
Yo, hey, you would not talk about it. He deflected everything to Sony today.
Hey, quick question, Baron. Hey, Bear, how many SD cards you got for your Nintendo Switch?
Oh, shit. What up, Fonz? What up?
Got one and I don't even use it.
Fonz, what up, man?
Fonz in the chat?
Yeah.
I made a Labo out of Bud Light boxes. That ain't wild in the chat.
Oh shit. Also, all you motherfuckers who want Xbox to get out the game, please keep doing that.
Keep
shit.
asking for that shit.
I want Xbox to get out the game so Sony can bend y'all the fuck over.
That's exactly what's gonna happen.
I got a question for the chat, man. Why was like a couple months ago everybody so hyped about Devil May Cry 5 being a Sony exclusive? And when they got announced on Microsoft stage,
Nero looks like
not a big deal anymore.
Look fun.
Does everybody want to say what they think their top 3 games of the show was? Or?
Near coming. That's gonna be.
That's awesome. I'm glad the game's coming.
Nobody talks about Nier anymore now. That is on Xbox. I think the biggest what the fuck moment of E3 is when I actually see people telling me that Ghost of Tsushima looked better than Shadows Die Twice.
Oh, no.
I was like, what the fuck? I literally lost my mind.
Are you talking about graphics or gameplay?
Gameplay.
I mean, just overall, period. Like, no.
Ghost of Tsushima looks better.
Oh
yeah,
my
Ghost
God.
of Tsushima looks.
I mean, it looks better. It looks better
Ghost of
graphically.
Tsushima,
I can't
even though
take
it was blurry in some spots, even though they used that blurry shit again, but I think it looks better than. I think gameplay wise, Shadows Die Twice.
Yeah,
Ghost did a lot better.
At the end of the day, you play gameplay, and Ghost of Tsushima, like Matt said yesterday, looked like press X here, press square there. They created they own martial arts to fit.
Ghost of Tsushima look like some Tenchu, bro. And I
No,
bet
Fuck
it looks like next year in Tenchu.
I'm gonna take you. I'm gonna take you guys.
Shadow Die Twice looked like Tenchu.
So you can tell me
that didn't look like that at all.
Bro, what Tenchu did you play where you fight a big ass giant, bro?
They got
a successor. It's actually a successor of Tenchu. That's why he had the grappling hook.
More like Tenchu with the stealth play.
No.
Ghost of Tsushima wasn't like Tenchu because Ghost of Tsushima was slow, clunky, and fucking boring.
That shit.
Shadow Die Twice is successful of Tenchu.
I like Sucker Punch games. Like I like Infamous. I didn't like the last one that much, but their games are more fluid. And Ghost of Tsushima didn't look like a Sucker Punch game. It looked like them motherfuckers was trying to figure out a template, and they was like, if I press X now, it'll look like I blocked this sword.
Exactly.
Sekiro is a successor of Tenchu.
Yeah,
that's why it has the grappling hook.
Before you guys go on,
it looked more like Tenchu than Ghost of Tsushima.
I'm paying the bills.
All right, thank you.
I've been had skills. $5 said every Sony fan isn't worried about anything because we have the bangers. We're playing godly games every year, and that's 2022. Bands Labo mic up. And then.
What banger?
Oh, and then Gauntlet said, got to love how you can point out who actually played a PC in their life as soon as they say you need an expensive PC. Okay. What?
I don't understand.
I don't understand.
Basically, how people they call them out. You know, you said people that be like, I got a more powerful GPU, but I'll be buying your multi-platform PS4.
Yeah.
Expensive PC to play.
I guess. Yes, but I'm saying that anybody who has a PC that'll play games at a higher resolution and frame rate than a PS4 isn't buying their multi-platform PS4.
Because those are the same mugs that are saying, well, what? There is no point in you getting an Xbox One X. You might as well build a PC from the ground up.
Exactly.
So, come on now,
right? If you out here building PCs because you don't want to get an Xbox One X, then your ass ain't playing multi-platform PS4.
Come on,
I don't give a fuck what you say.
Fon said Ghost looked like a Samurai Witcher 3. Shadow Die Twice looks like Tenchu.
Exactly.
The first software made Tenchu. So
hey, man. Ghost of Tsushima looked like Kung Fu off the NES with pretty graphics.
I still have faith in Ghost of Tsushima. That shit just looks like Samurai by numbers. Like
the stealth play in Ghost of Tsushima look
it's like Batman.
More polished. It look It looked more polished.
Tsushima look polished. What the fuck?
Hey, bro.
Yeah, From Software games are clunky as hell, though. Like, they are not a smooth gameplay experience.
I still have faith in Ghost of Tsushima. That's the one game on PS4 that I'm actually looking forward to. Like Last of Us 2.
Max, you mean PS5, right?
Yeah, PS5. You know, I told you months ago all this shit gonna be crushed in. Spider-Man is gonna be another Spider-Man game. I don't know why everybody's so hyped. I'm gonna play it, but it looks
combat
like
looks amazing.
Yeah, that combat looks like Arkham.
I'm not saying it looks like a bad game. It looks like a Spider-Man game.
Yeah, but we're saying
if you compare the web slinging, you compare all the footage out there
the internet from the level,
any of these Spider-Man games, it looks like a prettier version of the Spider-Man games.
Hey, Bear.
You still have button prompts to dodge. You still do web tricks. Like it looks like a Spider-Man game.
What do you play? What do you play?
It looks like a way better combat though.
Bear, what do you play your multiplayer at, Bear?
It depends on which multiplayer.
Bear, they say, have you ever played a From Software
game?
game?
Of them that are on the Switch. He plays the rest of them on Xbox because that's all he got.
I mean, it's like Soul Calibur. I probably would have still ended up playing on Xbox because I know people in the community and I'm a real rabid Soul Calibur fan. And Madden, in the Madden community, I do tournaments. It'll probably still have been on Xbox. I probably, if it was on Switch, I would have bought both versions, but just so I can, tune up,
Man, let's be real. You play it on Xbox so you can voice chat with people.
Why would that be?
Look, y'all tripping tonight, man.
All right, well, listen, guys, if you guys enjoyed the show today, I'll be back tomorrow afternoon with some more weirdos.
Boy just woke up and ended the show. He just woke up. He dozed off about 20 minutes and woke up.
Actually, that's how you know when Z sleep because his camera don't be on. I'm
actually back talking to a developer. I'm actually back and getting some gossip. But my man Top Dog once said, Zaire, why you niggas only talk about Sony games? Why did he not mention Forza Horizon 4 or Smash? We get them since every goddamn year.
Horizon 4 still looks fun as fuck.
Forza looks really good. I'm not gonna lie.
That shit looks beautiful.
Right. That still looks fun as fuck. It's gonna be glorious on my PC. And lo and behold, it's not gonna be complete peasantry on the Xbox.
Shout out Fonz for the $2 holler.
60 FPS.
He said Ghost looks better than anything on the Switch. Yeah, if you look,
that's true because they only showed 3 fucking things on the Switch.
Last of Us, those 2 titles in Gears 5 pretty much set the standard graphically. This E3.
Also, I know y'all talked about this shit earlier about The Last of Us 2, right? But I'm gonna put this out there. There's videos of The Last of Us 1, which I put in the chat, that the reveal was one way, the release was another way. Like being skeptical about that shit is very fucking legit because the first one did the same shit. They showed a whole bunch of shit where you could pick up active ammo, where the AI would react to you having a gun, and depending on whether or not your gun was empty, whether or not it was a shotgun or a pistol, they would react different.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like, all of that shit happened in that first fucking demo. And then when you got there, every fucking enemy ran at you like they was fucking stupid. Like shit changed. So being skeptical about them changing shit is okay. Like y'all want to be on Naughty Dog is the greatest, but they do shit too. Like I don't they downgrade and do shit just like everybody else.
All these companies, man.
Right. Like just putting that shit out there.
Until you see like real gameplay, don't trust it.
Until get into your head, you can't make any.
Well, I'm about to get up out of here.
I'm about to get up out of here.
I'm about to get up out of here. It's like really late on the East Coast. I don't know why y'all try to do this so late.
You got to set up that ring around your bed and jump in it.
Nah, I'm gonna be doing something else. But
enjoy yourself, Baron. I already know. Salute, kid.
But yeah, I'll have that. I'll be on tomorrow if y'all doing the multiplayer. I'll have that E3 wrap up tomorrow on who won E3, And all y'all can, y'all can kiss my ass, smash, dominated, and I'm out.
I love, bro.
All right, bro. Listen, thank you all for rocking out tonight, man. Shout out to Duck Baron for hopping on here. I mean,